in there, it would sleep, raise its young, and also store fruits or seeds, which is this is the time of the year that they really pack their pantries full. So, yeah, camping in the bush is something I love. I've had some of my most memorable camping trips in Kenya and Tanzania quite recently in the last 2 years that I was up there. Having said that, though, I also had a great camping trip with a good friend of mine who will be getting married next week. And that was in the Kruger National Park in an area called the Lubombo Mountains. And now the Lubombo Mountains stretch for about 200 miles north-south from Zululand, which is close to Durban, the city where I grew up, all the way through the Kruger National Park into Mozambique. And it's a really beautiful area for walking, not many roads, quite open vegetation, lots of game trails. So there's a few memorable camping trips, but maybe what I'll do is I'll put a few of my camping photos up onto my Facebook page, and that way you guys can get to see how I think camping should be done. Less is more when camping in the African bush, I feel. The squirrel is very relaxed this morning. Maybe it's done some of its foraging already, or maybe it's keeping an eye out for the fellow squirrel that is out foraging.
Yeah, all good. All good, thank you. Well, folks, we've just found a leopard. We saw him on the road quite far, from very far away. He is just on the wrong side of the road for us. Hello, little boy. Alright, we're gonna have to move. Well, he's gonna be going down into the dip where we don't have signal, but hopefully he'll be coming out at Twin Dams. Looks like could be quarantine male. And, wow, gosh. We saw him from probably several hundred meters away. The dove spotted it. Let's try and watch him from up here, because if he's going to go into the dip, we're going to lose signal. Any Juma stations out this morning? Thanks, Brad. We got a text. Comida in with Twin Dams.
Sorry that you've lost Mark, but how great that he's managed to find your leopard this morning. So I'm sure his reception will come back shortly and you'll be taken back to him. So in the meantime, we are looking at a grey heron here at Buffelshoek Dam. It was quite interesting. As we arrived and you got linked over to Mark, there were 4 of them doing a kind of aerial display, which was great to see. And now what we've also noticed is that there are some red-billed buffalo weavers that we've spent time watching build their nests, and they're these big clumps of thorny branches that they use to build their nests. But I was just mentioning to Alex, what they're doing is they have been focusing on the exterior, the kind of main building, using the thorn branches, mainly buffalo thorn branches out of interest. And now what we have is they are bringing in pieces of grass, so soft green grass, obviously lining the inside of these chambers or apartments that they have within these big nests. So it'll be several of them in each big clump of twigs, nesting communally. But what we can read into is that obviously now that they're lining the nests with a softer, greener foliage, it would indicate to us that they are shortly going to be laying their eggs and incubating them. And it's usually a short incubation period, depending on the bird size. For these birds, I'd guess kind of 2 weeks, 10 days to 2 weeks. There comes one with this. Oh, no. We're battling with the camera angle, so we're just going to show you some hippos instead for now and try and potentially get another camera angle to show you bringing in the soft green grass. These are the hippo that we assumed were heading back here after their night out feeding. We saw their tracks not far from here. It really would be interesting to be able to follow them more closely at night when they do spend time out of the water and on land. Sadly, because they don't get followed very much at night or by vehicles when they are on land, they are not completely habituated to the vehicle, so it would make following them difficult. Oh, here comes the heron flying through the shot shortly, I'm guessing. Oh, no, there we go. Good work, Alex. Beautiful. It's been interesting, their behavior thus far. There's been a lot of backwards and forwards between what was initially 4 herons, and now the 4th one has finally left. There's 2 Egyptian geese in this dam, and there tend to be a pair at most dams that we go to. There's a pair at Twin Dams, a pair at Treehouse Dam, now this pair here. However, there's only one pair that has given birth out of the 4 different pairs that we see, and that is the pair at Vuyatela Dam, which is quite good actually, because that is the dam where we have the webcam. And I saw some great footage of the 7 little goslings feeding with their parents yesterday. So if you do want to see some baby Egyptian geese, the webcam would be a good place to tune into. It'll be interesting to see when these other pairs do give birth though, or when the eggs do hatch rather.